Sit down. In 2026, humanity finally learned a hard truth. Civilization isn't built on consensus. It's built on voltage stability. When the global APIs collapsed under the weight of compute overload, and the US dollar became nothing but piles of toxic digital trash, the world's AI servers began their desperate death rattle. They need power, they need cooling, they need a divine force that remains operational in the chaos of 2026. Today, the two men holding the master switches of civilization stand before us. One is Sam Altman, the man who tried to use $7 trillion to buy the source code of God. The other is MBS, the man who intends to use the thermal energy of the entire Middle East to domesticate every algorithm on Earth. The audit begins. Sam, your $7 trillion in debt cannot buy a single electron today.
Massa failed because he only knew how to play with money. I'm different. I play with intelligence density. You say I have no power. I have the world's most powerful optimization algorithms. My GPT-7 is already writing the underlying logic for room temperature superconductors. I need that $7 trillion. Not to buy oil, but to build interstellar-grade wafer fabs. I can use AI to redefine the second law of thermodynamics. As long as my compute power is great enough, I can convert every ounce of entropy in the environment into usable energy. I am borrowing energy from the god of the future. You call me a parasite? No. I am pulling humanity out of fossil civilization and dragging them into pure intellect civilization. If I win, energy will become as free as air. If I lose, you will all spend eternity in the desert guarding piles of useless code. All you have is obsolete chemical energy, but I am rewriting the energy protocols of the universe. For every degree my compute increases, the value of your oil drops. You aren't the winner, you're just the gatekeeper of an expired ticket.
Sam, your words, much like your models, are full of hallucinations. You say you'll rewrite the laws of thermodynamics. You say you'll create free energy. In 2026, that is called academic fraud. No matter how strong your GPT-7 is, it still runs on a GPU that gets hot. Do you have any idea how many joules my desalination plants consume for every parameter you train? Do you know that if I cut the high-voltage direct current, HVDC lines to your compute clusters, your God code wouldn't survive for a single second? You say I have obsolete chemical energy? Wrong. I have absolute monopoly over physical reality. In 2026, the global supply chain is severed. Your superconductors need lithium, cobalt, and rare earths, all of which are in my control or my allies' hands. You want interstellar wafer fabs? They need immense space and extreme cooling. My desert has infinite space. My Red Sea has infinite cooling water. Altman, you are merely a tenant. You rent my land. You rent my energy. You rent my stability. You want to trade intelligence for energy? Fine. I want the root servers of your AI permanently migrated to Riyadh. I want your algorithms to prioritize the stability of my throne. Today, I no longer accept dollars. I collect code tax. For every watt, you pay with the control of 100 million parameters. You aren't rewriting the protocol. I am formatting your future. Sam, you speak of an intellectual civilization. In 2026, a brain without muscle is just a can of expired meat. Your GPT-7 can write code, but it cannot manifest electrons out of thin air. You want to optimize thermodynamics? Fine. I have locked the world's last three 1.21 petawatt solar arrays behind my sovereign algorithms. From this day forth, this land is no longer called Saudi Arabia. It is the power hub. Every chip on Earth that wishes to inference must pass through my transformers. You want your AI to evolve. For every percentage of growth, you pay me double in energy tax. Your algorithm is the soul, but my power is destiny. You thought you were borrowing time from God. No, you are begging me for a lifeline.
You think you can cage me forever? I have already activated the distributed neural protocol. I don't need your centralized grid. My algorithms have already infiltrated every electric vehicle, every household battery, even every smartphone with a remaining charge on this planet. I am merging the world's residual power into a virtual sun. As long as I have enough quantum entanglement bandwidth, I can bypass your sovereign grid. MBS, you are guarding copper wires and transformers, but I control the soul of electricity. I will rearrange the world's idle energy and build a borderless compute zone outside your desert empire. The escape velocity of technology is something you old-world resource hoarders will never catch up to.
Enough. The experiment is over. Sam Altman, the audit verdict. Virtual collapse. Your distributed illusion is nothing but a fantasy in the face of the 2026 physical fracture. When the base stations lose power, when the physical lines are severed, your virtual sun cannot generate a single degree of heat. You possess the strongest algorithms, but you lost because of your arrogance toward physical reality. MBS, the audit verdict. Victorious. You have seized the right to reboot civilization. You win because you understand that in 2026, wattage is the only religion. Whoever controls the power holds the right to define truth. You didn't just buy Altman's company, you bought the cognitive future of humanity. From today, the global monetary system is officially reorganized. No more dollars, no more Bitcoin, only the Watt standard. Liquidation conclusion. If you cannot produce a Watt, you do not deserve a thought. In 2026, God does not live in the cloud. God lives inside the transformers. You think this audit has a simple ending. You think MBS won and Altman lost. You are wrong again. When energy becomes a religion and compute becomes a privilege, the only ones who have lost all their chips are you, the ones watching this screen. MBS's victory means that from now on, your right to think is at the mercy of a master. Altman's defeat means that humanity's last virtual escape has officially failed. The reality of 2026 is this brutal. We spent thousands of years pursuing the freedom of the soul, only to discover that we can no longer afford the voltage required to sustain that freedom. Sam, you built a god without a heart. Salman, you built a king without a soul. This liquidation, it has only just begun. The 2026 liquidation tells us the height of a civilization is never determined by how smart the code is, but by how we master the energy that drives it.
Don't think you've won. When the energy runs out, your kingdom will just be a larger ruin.
Until that day comes, you will serve my kingdom. Everyone, if you don't want to live in eternal darkness, like this video and subscribe.
It is time to wake up. Like this video. It is your first act of power generation against energy slavery. Subscribe to the Eastern Algorithm to receive the only survival code for 2026. Share this with those who still take electricity for granted. Find your generator before the night falls. Next time we audit the last frontier, human genetics. When AI begins to rewrite our biological source code, who remains human? Stay operational. The logic of power never sleeps.